Have you ever been in a gang of children? In the war-torn autumn of 1940, Britain faces the imminent threat of invasion. A young lad bombed out from a London orphanage arrives in the English village of Widlington to live with his pious spinster aunt. You might think that after the London bombing, Widlington would be a peaceful place, but you'd be reckoning without the local gangs of children. Each gang has its territory. There's a gang in the centre of the village. It's called the Street Gang. There's one in Peppermill Lane, called the Mob. There's the Lyons Avenue lot, where our evacuee's aunt lives in a bungalow named Fernside. There's the Chapel Gang at the top end of the street, and then there's a very tough gang along the Adair Road into town. The school bully, Snailer the Slug, and his bodyguard Creepy and Slim are in that gang. The gangs are suspicious of newcomers and don't like members of other gangs coming into their territory. How does the newly arrived evacuee cope with this situation? And can he avoid conflict with the school bully? The young evacuee has already suffered from the London air raids, and now in Widlington he struggles to find acceptance. But his strict and humourless aunt is certainly not the easiest person to live with. She plays the organ in the church and places her nephew in the choir. But how does he get on with the other choir members? And is he able to parry the special attentions of the vicar? Some of the gangs allow girls to become members. Some do not. Fraternization across territorial boundaries is frowned upon. How does this affect relationships with budding school friends, not least since one of the critical boundaries is the bottom of Aunt's garden? On the other side lives classmate Braces Bryce and his sister Jenno. At school, Snailer the Slug tries to impose his authority. Can the newcomer avoid submitting to his bullying? The evacuee has some unexpected talents, but is it possible for him to make effective use of them? Do the head teacher's regulations constitute an insurmountable obstacle? The village derelict, Dummy, who is widely despised and who cannot read or write, defends ferociously his own territory in the village allotments. But what has this to do with the newcomer falling in love for the first time, and that across territorial boundaries that even his aunt recognizes? Gang territory tells an exciting, nostalgic story of conflict, relationships, and young love set against the backdrop of dramatic social change during the violence of the Second World War. Why not join the gangs and relive this perilous period?